Hi everyone! So today I created a new look. It's a yellow smoky eye, but you can also call it a bumblebee look just cause it's yellow and black and it kind of reminds me of bumblebee. So that's just what I'm gonna name this look today. So I also put on some hot pink matte lipstick to match this whole look and also to pump it up a bit to enhance it. So if you want to learn how to achieve this look, do carry on watching and don't forget to subscribe.
So I've already primed my lids. Next I'm going to use this eyeshadow quad from MAC. I'm going to use that brown shade on the left, which is the color called Espresso. I'm going to use that shade, and with that I'm going to use the Makeup Addiction Cosmetics brush, the small tapered blender brush, and it's this dome shaped brush, so it's very easy to apply in the crease. So I'm going to use that and apply that in my crease. This brown is actually to help with a transition shade so that it blends out perfectly. So I'm just going to put that in my crease and just blend it out. I'm not going to go up to the brow bone. I'm going to do that for the other eye as well. Next, I'm gonna go with this palette from Sleek. It's this yellow shade is the Ultra Matte palette as well. I'll put it down in the description below. So I'm gonna go with the yellow shade and pack it on to my lids with a flat brush. So I'm gonna pat it on. It's a very vibrant color, so it really stands out. So I'm only going to put that on my eyelids. I'm not going to go further than that, than the brown shade that I've applied in my crease. So I want it to be really intense, so I'll just keep packing it on to my lids. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side of my eye. Next, I'm gonna go with the other Sleek Cosmetics palette. It's the Ultra Matte palette as well. I'm going to go with that black shade with a small flat brush, and I'm only going to put that on the outer corners of my eye, the outer V, and I'm going to pack that on and then blend it after. The color is really intense as well, so it requires a lot of blending and a lot of packing it on. Next, I'm going to use that same palette again. Then I'm going to use that white shade, and then I'm going to use a flat brush, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone. As you can see, the color is really intense. So the white shade is actually matte. So I'm going to highlight my brow bone with that shade and blend it at the same time while packing it on. Then I'm going to go with that same quad palette and from MAC, and then I'm going to use that white shade as well. That's the shade called Nylon. That shade is actually really intense in terms of it's really shimmery and it has that perfect sheen, so I like to apply it over that white matte shade to enhance the whole look. Next, I'm going to use this Makeup Addiction Cosmetics Pigment. This shade is called Purest. It's a white pigment, but it has reflects of a lilac shade, and it's perfect for a highlight or a pop of color in the inner corners. So this is how it looks like. So I'm going to use a tiny brush, and I'm going to put that in the inner corners of my eyes. This is a really beautiful shade. I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this eyeshadow from. Next, I'm going to use my Stila liquid eyeliner. The shade is called Intense Black, and I'm going to do my usual cat eye. So I'm going to start off by drawing out the wing first and then connect it all together. Then I'm going to use a fan brush to sweep off any fallouts, and then touch it up with Nye Banana Powder. I'm going to use a powder puff to just pat it under my eyes wherever the fallouts were. Then I'm just going to touch up on the black eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to use the Maybelline Colossal Kajal. It's a black color crayon eyeliner, and I'm going to just line the inner rim of my top lash line. Next, I'm going to use this mascara from Arden in Ceramide. It's a lash extending treatment mascara. It's not waterproof, but I just love using this to just lengthen up my eyelashes before I put on my falsies, and then I will apply a waterproof mascara over it to set it all in place. So I've already put on my false lashes. It's from House of Lashes, and the name is called Iconic. So I'm going to do my eyebrows now, and I'm going to use this brow pencil from MAC. It's called Lingering. That's how you pronounce it. So I'm going to use this to match my hair color, because as of now I've got dark hair. So if I've got light hair, I'll fill in my brows lighter shade. So I'm just going to fill that in. And then use a angled brush from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics to just blend out the front so that it doesn't look very harsh. Next, I'm going to use my HOOLA bronzer from Benefit. I'm going to contour my face with Makeup Addiction's Master Chiseler brush. So this really defines my cheekbones and makes them look really defined and nice. It really sculpts out my cheekbones, so that's how I really like them. But then I'll blend it out as well while doing so. Next, I'm going to use the Makeup Addictions Cosmetics brush in a small contour brush, and I'm going to use that with the HOOLA bronzer as well, just to blend out the contour with the other brush to make sure there are no harsh lines, and also to buff it out. I'm going to apply that to the temples of my head and my forehead as well, my jawline. And I'm going to use a flat brush together with the HOOLA bronzer as well. And I'm going to contour and define my nose. I do have a very sharp nose, but I just love how it looks like after it's contoured and highlighted. I'm going to blend it out. Next, I'm going to use my blusher. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics blush palette. And I'm going to go with that pinkish shade, a pinkish corally shade. With that fluffy brush. I'm going to put it on my cheekbones and blend it up towards the apples of my cheeks. Next, I'm going to highlight using my Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush Palette. The colours in the Ultra Blush palette is really amazing. And I'm going to go with that purplish highlight. I'm going to use that with the Makeup Addiction Cosmetics brush again. This time it's the Expert Blender brush. It's a slightly more fluffy and a longer brush. I'm going to put that on the apples of my cheek and my cheekbone, and down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and some on my chin and a bit on my forehead. Next, I'm going to use Limecrime's Velvetine in Pink Velvet on my lips. It's a really hot and intense pink, so it's going to enhance the whole look. And there you go, here's the complete look.